So good afternoon. Tell you what, this mooring, this is one of those random moorings that you just get into because you see some mates, and it's been lovely, so peaceful. The views here are just absolutely stunning. But today, now, even though it's afternoon, I'm going to crack on to Parbold. It's not that far. I think it's about maybe 40 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll see when we get there, as usual. I never know what's going to happen, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to see, who I'm going to see when I set off. But that's the fun of doing these weekly vlogs, isn't it? Oh yeah, and another thing that's happened, don't know if you can see, but I normally have this skeleton on the front of my boat and his head fell off. That's knackered. He's already lost a hand and a leg. I need a new one. So I think I'm just going to now get rid of the body and just have a head dangling there. We're going to go cruising. She doesn't look like she's keen. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's get the old girl fired up. Just look how magical this place is. It's wonderful. And talking about magical, I did mention the day I was going to tell you the story about Parbold. And I did a festival here a few years ago. I've done it quite a few years on the run. They do two festivals actually. They do a ukulele festival and they also do, I think it's called the Street Festival. And the story that they tell is about a dragon that lives in a nearby hill. I think it's called Parbold Hill, I'm not sure. And once a year he comes down from the hill to the village. It's the only remaining dragon left in the world. But what's wonderful about it is all the community and the schools all get involved. So when we get there, I'll see if there's any locals that know a bit more about this dragon. So we're just arriving now in Parbold, so hopefully I can get a mooring that's not like a 1 day or 2 day mooring. I'd like to stay a while, but there aren't many boats about, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. But ideally I want to have it in the sunshine, yeah, and moor the boat. I've got the sun in my eyes here, but the other magical thing about this place is there's an old windmill. Obviously it hasn't got the flaps on it anymore, you know, but the building's still there. It's awesome. Yeah, imagine it back in the olden days. So these moorings here are 1 day only, so I'm going to moor past the visitors mooring, which will be 2 weeks. Woohoo! So I've just moored myself up here in Parbold. I had a lovely helper when I was mooring in. I had Drew, a fellow boater. He pulled the boat in, although I'm not in fully because it's quite shallow here, so I've got quite a bit of a gap. And also I had a little bit of child labour for some kids knocking me pins in. I didn't have to bribe them or beg them or anything. They were dead keen, so that saved me a job. And because it's late in the day, I'll do a proper tour of Parbold in the morning. This is Kate, Dave and Bubba Shrimp, the little pug. And I met these guys at Crook and they've just turned up in their narrowboat now and they've brought me a lovely present. We've got some lovely rum. Look at that. I don't even drink.
That's a big one.
And, I know it's a big one. And some treats for little Bonny. Oh, she's going to love them. So where are you heading now then, guys?
Going back towards Crook.
You've got a bit of storm coming, you know.
Yeah, tomorrow, and also we're going to be.
We've got a
really
storm.
careful.
Yeah, so I'll be tucked up drinking that rum, I think, tomorrow.
Definitely.
Anyway, whilst we're here, we're going to have a quick look at their boat. It's called Nomad Rush. That's a good name, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets commented on.
How long have you had her?
Only had her a year.
Oh, she's
We just
wonderful.
decided to up sticks and go. Yeah, chaotic lifestyle, and we just said something's got to stop. And we looked into it and we just went, right, that's it, we're off. And we just sold everything. That was it. And we were very, very lucky when the boat came up for sale because it was exactly where we wanted to be. And it had a mooring and it's got its own garden.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, so it's great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Best thing I've ever done. And I'd tell anybody to do it. Just don't think about it. Just get rid and do it. It's so therapeutic.
So I'm just going to show you a quick look inside this boat because apparently it's really quirky. Let's go inside. So we come in here now through the rear entrance.
She's done it very well. Kate's done it, not me. She's done it all.
Oh, it's
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's all the witches.
Wow. And she makes all these witches.
No, she gets them from Pendle shop. This is what she's doing now. She's making a brand. She's putting all these leads on and that. She's going to put it up here. Put
Wow.
leads on, put them on there. That's my favourite one, that one.
Why is it your favourite?
I don't know, something about it. It's really nice. Wow. I mean, to me, Podgefenia.
Love it. It's just so quirky with
Yeah,
all the little
yeah.
witches. Let's go and find out now
Yeah.
of Kay why she loves
Yeah.
witches so much.
Well, I think what it is, it's a form of, I've always loved autumn. And when it gets to this time of year now, I just feel so relaxed and so peaceful, and I love all the colours. And I've always loved everything about Pendle, which is Pendle Hill, where the witches originated from. So I've always been interested in the story with them. But I just found them so quirky. I just really do, because it's not all about like being a nasty green witch. I like all the spiritualistic side of it. They probably do look more like, you know, your witch on your broomstick, but they're not. They are nice ones. They're not like bad ones. So, but I just love anything to do with witches in general.
This boat life is right brilliant, isn't it? Because you meet all these weirdos living on the canal. You do, it's ace, all these odd ones. But I love that.
I love being weird.
I'm a pirate, so what can we say?
Eh?
Look at your girlfriend, shall we now?
Oh.
Girlfriend of many boyfriends.
You're showing him the nipples. Hello, babies. Oh, Mummy, you've been a rumman, haven't you? Hey, look at all them beauties. So today, we're going in search of dragons. Oh, and you know what? It's very, very blowy. There's a big storm coming. I took Bonny for a walk this morning. Everything was good, but there was these gusts that had blown from nowhere. And I don't like a good blow. Anyway, let's go and find some dragons. So I reckon that if you're going to be looking for dragons in a place like this, the best place to start is in a windmill. Not the pub, this one here. So it looks like this windmill now is a bit of an art gallery. So let's go and have a look inside. Do you know anything about the Dragon of Parbold? So, I've just been into that amazing windmill, which is now an art gallery, and the pieces of art in there were absolutely stunning. A lot of it was a sea nautical theme, so obviously as a pirate I was right at home. But unfortunately, doesn't know anything about the Parbold dragons. So let's try and find now somebody that does. Do you know anything about the Parbold dragon? No. No. We're on a search, but thank you, have a lovely day. Yeah, this dragon's proving very difficult to find. So on my hunt for the dragon, I've come across this structure here, and it's called the Angel, and it was inspired by the last boat built in the Parbold dry dock. And there's actually a little poem that goes with this, written by Brian Harrison, and it goes a little something like this. The graving dock is empty and it's still. Shall we ever watch the basin fill? For this was once the hub of Parbold life. Today it welcomes refugees from hustle and bustle, toil and strife. To the fevered brow, what balm, quiet, placid, calm, reflecting now what used to be the hive of Parbold's industry. Yes, you see, these little villages, this is what I love the best about living on a boat, is I get to explore these wonderful little places that I probably wouldn't even come to if I didn't have a boat. Anyway, onwards in search of this dragon. And this here now looks like the remains of the old Parbold dry dock, all overgrown and wild. Yeah, wonderful, it looks very magical. You can see all the bees buzzing round. You can imagine, can't you, like fairies living there, or even dragons. Still no sign. Oh, can't believe we're on a hunt for a big dragon. The canal actually reached here in 1774, that long ago. Yeah, and you can imagine it was a huge hub of activity. But now, alas, just beautiful. Anyway, onwards. So Parbold is such a quaint little place really. It's got quite a lot to offer. The main one being it's got a train station, so you can just get on the train and get to wherever. Also there's a few bars, there's lots of cafes, coffee shops, there's even an ice cream shop. And then you've got your other things such as convenience store, post office, hairdressers. So there's quite a lot here. If you do more here, there's lots of things if you need to get anything. But we still haven't found what we're looking for. Do you know anything about the Dragon of Parbold and the festival? Does anybody know anything about that? No? No. Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll keep searching, thank you. Do you know anything about the Dragon of Parbold?
No. No.
Do you know anything about the Dragon of Parbold?
Dragon? No.
That lived on a hill, he comes down and once a year for the festival?
There's not. I've seen the festival with the dragonette and heard
right.
the story.
What?
There was a dragon, but I know nothing more than that.
Do you know what the story was?
No.
All right. All right, well, thank you very much. Cheers. Excuse me, do you know anything about the Parbold Dragon and the festival? No? Oh. Apparently there's a festival that happens once a year, every couple of years, and they have a dragon.
Oh really? Well, we've only just moved to the area 6 months ago, but that's, I'm definitely Googling that.
Yeah. I feel dead cheeky just walking around saying to people, do you know anything about the dragon? So this looks promising, the Green Man Bakery. So, you know, Green Man, that's a bit spiritual, isn't it? I don't know if they're related to dragons, so let's have a little look. about the dragon in Parbold? No?
But I don't know any details, you know, other than the kids will go through with a dragon costume once a year.
Yeah.
So you'll probably find it on the internet, I'm sure.
We set up with the name Green Man mainly because of how he represents the seasons and obviously the coming to life of all the greenery that comes around. We've been trying very hard to show our kids, our two little boys, all the different seasons and obviously all the reasons behind those seasons and how everything comes and goes and lives and dies and regenerates. And that sort of worked into what we were trying to achieve with seasonal produce in the bakery.
So that little bakery was proper cute. I've got myself a blueberry scone for later. So let's see if we can find a little bit more out. But we got a bit closer then. Somebody had heard of it, which is a good sign. Are you ladies local?
No,
All right.
no, sort of.
I sort of. I'm trying to find out about the dragon of Parbold.
Oh, well, no.
Hello, I'm actually coming for a little bit of information. If you know anything about the dragon of Parbold.
I've never met him.
What do you know about the story? About the street festival story?
Yeah, yes.
When Pauline was born, like when she was a teenage, there was dinosaurs flying. She hasn't seen dragons. What are you talking about?
So I've searched high and low today, trying to find some information about the dragon. A few people do remember the festival, but not many know the story. And there was a lady that did, but she didn't want to be on camera. But she told me to get in touch with the local schools because they were all involved. However, it's school holidays. Even though we didn't find a dragon or the story about the dragon, there is a lot of magic in this place. So my dragon hunting may not have been successful, however my rum collecting has, because I've just got back to the boat and there's a bottle of Kraken on the roof and a little note from Kaz and Tink. So thank you so much. I did actually meet them. I just took Bonny out and met them. But yeah, thank you so much. That's 2 bottles of rum over the last couple of days, which is fantastic. Anyway, I did a little bit of research because I was quite shocked that so many people didn't know about this dragon thing. And I remember that event so vividly. It was like one of those things to me that was just wonderful. Since COVID, it hasn't happened. And the people that organised all that event have all since moved on and retired. So it's one of those things that sort of got a little bit lost because obviously all these things are run by volunteers. And if people aren't doing these things, they do get lost. And it was actually started by a group of people that went into a school and talked to the children to make up stories. It was a storytelling type of workshop. And the kids came up with this story, so then they made it happen. And I just think that is just wonderful. I really do. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Magic is all there in kids. And obviously in, well, Kay that we met the other day who believes in witches. And there is magic there. We've just got to believe, haven't we? And I love magic. I love the fun it brings, the imagination, the dreaming, the hope, things like that. And it's a shame that the festival isn't going anymore. It may do in the future if we get some more volunteers. But for now, I think that's the end of the dragon. Oh. Good morning. I'm not on the Rum Wench today. I'm in good old Polly the van. Yeah, who remembers this van, eh? I took it to Europe for 2 months over winter. I had the time of my life, but I did kill it. When we were going up all the mountains around Andalusia, the gearbox went on me. Not out there, it started getting progressively worse and worse. I was grinding in every gear. And eventually, after a few gigs in the UK earlier in the year, it collapsed. So I've had to have a new clutch and gearbox. She has cost me an absolute fortune. A reconditioned gearbox, but still. But she's up and running again. And this weekend I'm heading down to Cambridge because I've got a gig there. So I need to get this van loaded up and set off. I've been a DJ since I was in my late 20s, so a couple of years now. Now, I've been all over. I've been to Spain and Greece. It's another source of income for me, and I'm very lucky to be able to store my equipment and my van at my parents' house, which is a good job because the weight of this lot will probably sink my boat. So the thing is with this gig, it's very different to all the main gigs I do. Normally I do these big festivals and events. So when I get to them, they've got a full PA system, sound rig, lighting rig, everything you need. So I just turn up with my decks and do my set and that's it. But this one, it's a much smaller event. It's, I think there's only about 200 people there. But it's going to be a great laugh because all my mates are there. So it's more of a sort of informal thing which will be dead relaxed and nice. So I won't have all the nerves that I normally get before a big event. But because it is a small event, I have to take my own DJ gear. So that's the van all loaded up with the help of my mum. Bonnie's in position and now time to set off down to Cambridge. So this journey is about 4.5 hours today, but I will split it up. And my gears are handling quite well now that I've had that reconditioned gearbox. A bit stiff in first and second. Yeah, got a stiff one. But then it's all right, so I'm hoping that'll ease up over time. Because although she's 24 years old, this van, she's got quite a low mileage. She's done 73,000 now. She'd only done 50 something when I got her. And yeah, and she's just wonderful. She's got a shower, a fridge, toilet, hot water, diesel heater. She's got everything I need. My little bed. Bonnie loves it. I love it. She loved it when we went to Europe, Bonnie did. Because every time we stop in, we've got new adventures to have, new smells and sniffs and things to do. Yeah, so having the van and the boat is just the best of everything because I can do all the rivers and canals on my boat. And I can get on all the roads and everything in my van. I love it. Yeah, so 4 hours to go. So today we've been driving in the most horrendous traffic. It's been awful, it really has. So I've pulled in now to the services. I'm about 2 hours away now and I'm not paying service prices, so I've just got myself a can out my own little fridge. This is some tropical crush from Aldi. And we're just having a little break, a little walk around. The thing is, with all these traffic things and stuff, I see it as every day is an adventure. But what I love the best about van life and boat life is you never know what's going to happen each day. Each day is something new. You're not in that monotonous of the same thing day in, day out. And today's been all about traffic jams. But a few hours later than expected, but I'll get there. My friends are there and I'm really excited about this little road trip. So good morning. I made it yesterday. It took me about 7.5 hours to get here. The traffic was absolutely horrendous. And I said, oh, I really enjoy van life and all this, and I do want to get somewhere. But that journey give me 7 hours of boating any day rather than 7 hours of driving. But I'm at this amazing place and I want to take you around because there's some buildings and they've all been built by a couple of women. So let me show you. So I thought I'd do this tour whilst it was quiet and most of the people haven't arrived yet because it's just amazing and everything on this land the girls have built and it's just wonderful.
What can I do you for?
Is it not a bit
Would
early?
you like, no, never too early. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
So have a look at this. They built this with their own bare hands out of completely reclaimed materials. It's a little house. This is great. I can't even hammer in a screw. Look at it. It's just wonderful, and it's got a little veranda as well, so you can stand on a little veranda and just sit out, have your coffee. It's just awesome. I've got some friends staying in this for the weekend. My friend Michaela, so I'm going to knock on down and see if she'll give us a little bit of a tour. Hey yo, will you give us a tour of your little abode?
Yeah, come in.
Wow. Oh, it smells of wood, doesn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful. They're so clever, Leanne and Nikki, they really are.
So I've just been walking around this amazing place and found the two people that made this possible, Leanne and Nikki. How long have you had this place?
8 years now.
8 years. Always dreamed of having somewhere with some land. That was always ever interested in, but literally never thought we could have it or afford it. And then this place came up, and it was just a field with some outline planning permission.
And a derelict stable, wasn't
Derelict stable. Yeah. And so we went for it and moved in, lived in a caravan for 6 months.
We borrowed water from next door. We had a hose pipe from next door and an extension lead. That's all we had.
Yeah.
And we ordered a portaloo, and that's how we lived.
It was
for
never
6
really an
months.
issue. We never thought it wasn't going to happen.
No. Then your mum came over.
Luckily, my mum needed to come over from France, and she didn't have enough money out of her property in France. So we said, well, look, we'll give you the derelict barn to live in, and we built the little cabin in the curtilage. And then we just gradually over the years have been able to develop it, and it's been a bit like a dream. It's just been and open it up to all our mates.
Yeah, we like to have parties and enjoy ourselves, and so we started to build a tree bog, and then we got a couple of showers, outdoor showers, and then we plumbed in some toilets, and then it became a bit of an event for people to come over.
Just got more confident, didn't we?
Yeah,
more confident with tools and what because we work as painters and decorators. We see a lot of
builders.
We're on building sites and we watch.
Yeah.
We watch about how people use their tools.
Wow.
And what tools you need.
Yeah.
And we built our confidence.
And how long did it take to build the hut there, the house there?
We did weekends, didn't we? Because we were working, obviously. And I'd say
That was about 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
At weekends.
Everything is geared towards having fun.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. And you're hosting all these wonderful people here as well. And
Yes. Lots of friends we've met over the course of different events, different groups, isn't it? The biking group, a road trippers group, just friends as well.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to share it.
Yeah.
It's just nice to share. You wouldn't want to be sitting here not doing anything with it.
No, it's got to be shared.
Wow.
So,
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Pleasure. Yeah.
You on the alcohol already?
I've got none left for you to try now.
Oh, yeah.
Taste that.
No.
Do you not like whiskey?
Go on.
Oh, yeah, I do like whiskey.
Taste
It's
that.
sweet whiskey. I've known Heidi for so long. We both worked in education, and Heidi turns around to me one day and says, you know what, I'm done. I'm selling everything and I'm going to be a pirate. I'm going to get a boat and I'm going to become a pirate. And everybody's like, yeah. And oh my God, have you done it? Absolutely fantastic. You carry on doing what you're doing. You have brought a lot of people, a lot of smiles and laughter over the years. All the events that we've done together and the friendships that have been formed from it. It's just been absolutely amazing. Keep on being you, Heidi.
So we might not have had much luck finding the Dragon of Parbold and that story, but two friends of mine have just arrived and they've invited me round. So I'm going to go around now. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of their boat. It's a brand new boat. They got it last year, I think. And I've never been in it. I went in their old boat, but I've never been in this one. And some of you may know them. Their names are Paul and Anthony, and they have a YouTube channel called Narrowboat Life Unlocked. Look at this.
Aye,
Aye, aye.
you're right.
Give us a big hug.
Seen you for ages.
Good to see you, Vo.
Oh, it's brilliant to see you.
So this is the stern of their narrowboat. It's absolutely lovely, but we're going to go in now into the kitchen where Anthony's cooking. I've been slaving over a hot stove for most of the day, and I'll show you this boat. This is my perfect layout. This is what I dream of. So we come down these little steps here into this sort of utility room area, and then we've got the kitchen. It's lovely, all posh, got air fryer. It's an electric boat, this one. And then we've got the dinette where Paul pretends to work. And then this is the gorgeous living room. Oh, I just dream about something like this, I really do. It's wonderful.
Gorgeous Bonny.
Yeah, and the gorgeous little Bonny there, having loads of fusses. But it's lovely. And big skylight as well, just above. That's in loads of light.
What are you having? Having curry? Yeah.
You said it now.
Bonny may not be having curry, but I certainly did, and a lovely evening spent catching up with these pair. Is that like kissing Paul, Anthony?
We love Bonny.
So I've just got back to the boat now, and it's already dark outside. Those evenings are drawing in already. Anyway, it's time now to pour ourselves a rum, and we're going to have a bit of this rum here because I've never seen this before. This rum's from Kate, Dave and Bubba Shrimp, the little pug. I love how they call it Bubba Shrimp. And whilst I am pouring this, a huge thank you to this week's pirate crew. Thank you for everything you do. It really helps me out so much. So let's give this one a little bit of a try then. I've got a feeling it's going to be a harsh one because I can tell by the consistency and the way it is on the nipple. So cheers everyone. Woohoo! Yep, it's really nice, but it definitely needs a mixer. I can feel it tingling on my tongue. Anyway, I am going to leave the video here this week because it has been a long one, and I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do put your thumbs up. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, subscribe down below if you haven't already. But before I go, just a huge thank you to my lovely, gorgeous patrons. And I've got some new ones to read out this week. A huge thank you to Miss Moneypenny, Joe Bethel, Jim, Mark and John Slater. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, let's put a bit of this in there. So we'll go. You see? Much better. Needs a mix of that one. It would be nice in a coffee. So that's it. Take care. Stay safe.